Test.
Vibing on the couch with some glue wine. So we went on a date this weekend, brother.
Yeah, we did.
Because if you think about the city of lights, what do you think about?
Eindhoven!
Eindhoven, obviously. European city of lights, it has to be Eindhoven. And because we're
Not
this
Paris.
no. Because we're the city of lights, we have this festival. I don't know if we talked to you about it, but it's called Glow. And they have all sorts of these free installations that you can see. You can walk around the city. It's very cool. At least I find it cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's usually pretty cool. So we had a little bit of a date. We took some pictures that we wanted to show you. We've made this recording once before, and we yapped somehow about Glow for 20 minutes. So we're gonna take less time this time.
So here you see the church, and it used to be a show, and now they just have a picture of the church.
Yeah, it's a pretty picture though. So after the church, we went to
the museum, and it was freaking busy, and it's also the end of Stuyvesant, which is with the bars and stuff. So it's pretty busy, and we walked around it.
Yeah.
It's cool that it's there, but
we skipped it.
We skipped it.
So instead, we walked around and then we saw this installation, which was broken. You can't see them on the camera, but there are some people who were like trying to fix it. I think like the main thing didn't work. And I think at this point we had walked, I think, already 1/4 of what we were going to see the entire evening. And then when we got to the first installation that we found was pretty cool. And that was these sunflowers. These are tall sunflowers, by the way. They're like, 2 people high. You can't really see maybe you can see the people. There's sort of shadows in the background. But there are varying sizes. They've got some audio in the background. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was a vibe. It was lovely. Yeah. And then after that, there was like you took a little bit of like a walk through the park. They had a few different installations. They had one which was just like they had. It's sort of hit or miss with Glow. They had one installation where it was just like they had a light on a tree and playing some music, and then it was just
and
like
it was not Sleeping Widow.
Yeah, Naomi called it the Sleeping Willow. It was called the Weeping Willow. I would call it not that interesting.
He was almost sleeping.
Yeah, and yeah, you can continue walking for a little bit, and then they had, and this is really new for me. Like this they've never had at Glow, which was
a political statement.
Palestine pictures. Like usually Glow is just random art students having their art projects that they get like graded on, and then they get to like present it at Glow. But this was a whole memorial thing going on. They had like multiple, like it was a whole whatever it was, like 10 yards of stuff. They had another installation for this, which was all of these like paper doves, and they had this woman in the background. I think the installation was supposed to be for all the children who died in Palestine. You can see some children's shoes sort of on the ground there, and she was reading out names of children and their age. Presumably, I think of kids who had died. So it was very sad, and I don't think it was kind of weird because usually Glow doesn't have stuff like this. I'm not sure it was really well received by the public. There are some kids kind of joking around about it.
Said that they had to do it.
Yeah, those were not cool kids, man.
No.
Yeah. But everybody was distracted because 5 meters away, there's this installation. It was cool. Firefly.
Yeah.
They had a similar thing at the university a few years back, but the fireflies jumping up and down. It looked very realistic. It was quite cool.
Yeah, it took me way back to Wisconsin where we saw them.
Yeah.
Did we see them in Wisconsin?
Yeah, we did.
Tennessee.
And we saw them in both.
Oh.
Yeah. We don't have fireflies in Europe, by the way.
No.
This is not a thing. So, yeah, it's kind of a weird idea.
And then we had.
Yeah, so about here is when I realized that all of the trashiness of Glow was probably part of the theme. Because this phoenix was made out of bottles. I was like, oh, there's a trash theme going on here. That must be the theme of Glow this year. They're not just bad, they're doing it on purpose. I was not a big Glow lover this year, I think. But the next one, that was cool.
Yeah.
It was a skull. It was animated. It was epic. And then my favorite one.
The dicks.
The porta potty. I don't think there's much to say about this. It's just, this is literally what the installation was. It was just glowing porta potty.
It was fun.
It was perfect, and it was my favorite installation by a far. There's no audio. There's nothing. It was great. It didn't smell either. It was a better porta potty than average porta potty. So I'm gonna be honest. A little bit further in Centrum, they had this like cool light show that was going on. Yeah,
It's long.
it was long. It had this sort of what you would walk up and it had this like text on the building which said the first glow. And I didn't really get it, and it had this entire sort of cool show with the building on the background, and it was very immersive. And it was all sort of about like nature through the years, and I was like, okay, this is cool, but what does it have to do with the first glow? And then all of a sudden they have like this cave theme, and there's like music going on, and then they light this small fire of these like cavemen, and they're like the first glow. I'm like, oh,
First, they showed all the elements, by
Yeah.
the way.
oh, is that what it was? All the elements. Oh, it was very cool.
Air, fire,
Oh.
water.
I thought it was
Earth.
going through like the time or something. That
No.
makes more sense. The elements.
The elements.
Yeah. It was very cool. It was like I had this realization of what it was. And then we were almost done. We didn't do all of glow. I know what they say about golf.
That is boring.
That it ruins. Why did you make this joke again? We did this in the first video. It's so stupid. Smooth brand. No, it ruins a good walk, and I feel like glow is the opposite. It's nice if you're taking a walk.
Except if it's too busy.
It's really busy, but it is kind of if you just have the mindset of okay, I'm going on a walk, and you see these like nice additions, and at some point you do what we did, and we saw stuff, and we said okay, we're done, and then you just leave.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing that we saw after that was the flying cursor just above you in the air, like whatever it was, like 200 meters up. Hey, there's just this cursor in there. Super random, but okay, cool. And then we left because by walking through the middle of the city, they had these cool. I don't even know how to describe this. Archways.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's pretty, even when there is no light.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe because glow just started, so maybe when it's a little bit later, it won't be as busy. It'll be nicer.
It started yesterday.
Maybe we can do the rest
later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, final thoughts?
Glue was okay.
Cool.
It was fun evening.
It's free.
And we went to Five Guys first, so.
Oh. Honestly.
That was the best part.
It was good. It was good. It was a good day.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, you can enjoy Glow a bit.
Yeah.
So if you ever come to see it, or if you ever come to the Netherlands during Glow, I recommend seeing it. I don't recommend forcing yourself to see all.
No. Till the next video.